Hello students, good morning. I am here to teach you your chapter number 2, Rights in the Indian Constitution and Directive Principles of State Policy, Political Science, class 11th. As earlier we have studied about our constitution, features of the constitution, country, nature, and there we have studied this one a very right feature of Indian constitution, that there is a provision of fundamental rights in Indian constitution. Provision of fundamental rights in Indian constitution. Now question arises, why these rights have been included in Indian constitution? Because in constitution these rights have been included to uphold the dignity of the individuals, to the object of ensuring fundamental rights in the system of government recognized by the constitution, that embodies the concept of limited government, that is the government of law, not of men. And another very important reason for these fundamental rights in Indian constitution, that is to create the climate of trust and confidence in the minds of all the citizens of India, especially for the minorities. As we know that country like India having diversity, mean to say different type of diversity in the field of religion, in the field of caste, color, creed, regionalism, such type of policies are there. That's why these rights are the safeguards for the individuals in India. Safeguards for the individuals in India. They work as safeguard, mean to say whenever anybody is in any problem on any particular type of issue, these rights help us, support us to get our things done by the law. These rights can be claimed in the court. That's why these are called fundamental rights. Meaning of fundamental rights is these are the legal rights stated in the constitution are called fundamental, and these rights are considered essential, very much essential for the development of an individual. Citizen in India, Japan, America, Russia, Switzerland enjoy the fundamental right. And very important, I would like to mention here that this concept of fundamental rights we have borrowed from USA. In previous chapter we studied, and in our Indian constitution it has been given in the part 3rd of our constitution, and it is under different articles. I would like to say that classified under 6 main heads, that is right to equality, article 14 to 18 in our constitution. Second right is right to freedom, article 19 to 22, and third right is right against exploitation, articles 23 and 4. Right to freedom of religion, article that lies in the article 25 to 28 article. Fifth right is cultural and educational rights, articles 29 to 30. Then sixth right is very important. It is called the heart and soul of all the fundamental rights by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, that is right to constitutional remedies, given in article 32 of Indian constitution. In other ways, this right is called how can we secure our fundamental right, mean to say whatsoever above given 5 fundamental rights, if there is any type of lack by the government, then how can we secure these rights? That is also provision made by Indian constitution, that how can we claim our fundamental rights can be claimed if they are being exploited anywhere, knowingly and unknowingly. So that is very important. Here I would like to explain right to equality. Each and every citizen of India, divide of any type of caste, color, creed, religion, sex, gender, regionalism, every in all the right it is getting applied, right? And right to equality, all are equal before law. Like if anyone from richer section of the society or another person from the poor section of the society, this right is applicable for both based upon equality. In your previous classes you have studied about the story of two students based upon their caste in 7th or 8th. Based upon their caste they are not being given equal status in their classroom. Then what happened, they were being claimed and they got their right of that. And nowadays also we can say in our neighborhood you have to see and observe that each and every person from your neighborhood having the same rights and opportunity for their development. And next right is right to freedom. We have all type of freedom. This right is also called the cluster of 6 freedoms. Cluster of 6 freedoms. And these are the right to speak, right to express your views, right to assemble anywhere, right to vote, we can say, right to take any decision in the government, you can protest, and such type of rights have been provided under this right to freedom. You have freedom to go away any part of the country, you have freedom to form your political parties. Such type of unlimited freedoms have been provided through this article so that citizen of the country feel free, right? Then right against exploitation, mean to say if you are being exploited anywhere, mean to say physically, sexually, mentally, you can go to court and file a case against the person who are doing this type of crimes with you. And in our constitution, on the name of Begar, free of cost, earlier this system was there before independence. Earlier, then we can go to court for secure our rights, that we are being exploited in this way. And there is a Begar and traffic in human beings, tariff in human being was there, buying and selling of the human beings. And young children were given not allowed to work under 14. And these were the 3 evils, bad work evils have been called in Indian constitution. Nobody can compel anyone for that. If anyone do like that, he or she would be punished according to the provisions made by the constitution. And in this way, our 4th right is right to freedom of religion. Mean to say we all are free to adopt any religion, may not adopt any religion, change our religion, or so on so forth. And to make it more strong in our constitution, what's our preamble is there written. In that preamble, it new word has been added as a secular. India is a secular state. Secularism, a feature of Indian constitution also, that is added here, that India is a secular state. Government do not make any type of interference in the matter of religious concerns. You have seen around also whenever these things are there, because if government does so, ultimately it creates confusion in the minds of the citizen that government is taking the side of one particular religion. That is not the provision of Indian constitution. To make it more effective, Indian constitution has given it in this